Konami Studios.
The Amazing Spider-Man Curse of the Man-Thing. I think this is officially the first time I've done a review of a book with Spider-Man as the title character. It's a Man-Thing book, of course, but it's The Amazing Spider-Man. That's how we got this thing to sell. We called it Avengers, we called it Spider-Man, we called it X-Men, but it's a Man-Thing book. Steve Orlando went over to Marvel, and he's so far crushing it. I'm very excited to see what else he's got in store. So this Man-Thing book. Weird spore creatures are taking over the city of the Earth. You know, we gotta stop it from happening. The Harrower is like this weird lady who'd made the Man-Thing disappear, and all his power went bestowed into the Earth. The evil plant ladies from X-Men are trying to stop her too. Things aren't looking good. Our Avengers are not winning the day. Nothing is working anymore. But maybe Spider-Man can come in to help. So we see Peter Parker swinging into the save the day. And it looks like he can do some good, but it's not enough. They need more Spider people. So even if it's for a cameo, we see a lot of the Spider cast, the Spider-Verse people. Miles is there, Silk is there, Spider-Gwen, whatever, Ghost Spider I guess is her name. Jessica Drew, another one, Madam Web, they're all there. Basically, Madam Web gets a little like future-y, quotation-y, I think is what they called it. And she's like, well, one Spider-Man is going to be able to help out on here, but another one's going to be going on a darker journey. And then we see that the Harrower who made all this happen, she is being evaded from her evil golden girls with the plants people, but she finds a portal that she traps them inside and she's able to get away. Then we cut back to the mindscape of Man-Thing, where Steve Rogers is just kind of like talking to Ted Sallis like, dude, you gotta figure this out because something needs to go right here and you can control this and do it and get something done well. But it's basically Ted who goes, nah, dude, I tried and I failed. I didn't make the serum. I didn't figure out how to do it or anything properly. So if you want to actually fix this, you're going to need Curt Connors. So Captain America bursts back into reality. Miles is like, dude, where the hell did you come from? And we go on a mission to find Curt Connors, which, that's cool. I'm a Curt Connors fan. He's probably in my top 3 Spider-Man villains, I would say, especially when he's handled right. And so basically, we just see that he is talking to Cap and they're trying to figure out what to do. And we get a little bit of flashback that Curt Connors worked with Ted Sallis when he was developing the CO2 formula. And they have some ideas of how to do those things. And Captain America's like, good, okay, Silas told me to come to you because you cracked the formula. And Kurt's like, what? I never. And then suddenly he gets taken into the vines and we get a nice kind of reunion with Ted and Curt. And they're just kind of talking to each other. And basically, you know, Ted is trying to explain, like, this is why I lied. Like, I need you to figure this out and help me. You're the only person smart enough to do this. And while, you know, Ted is kind of yelling at Curt to figure everything out and how much he's failed as a person, how much he ruined his life by making one bad choice, and this is his penance for all of that, we intercut that with scenes of Spider-Man saving the city, because don't forget, Spider-Man sells books. If it isn't obvious, I'm not a big Spider-Man fan. I know that's like sacrilege to say if you are a comic book fan, but he's not my character. You know who is my character? Man-Thing, the Lizard. Those are my kind of characters. Spider-Man never, even when I was a child, Spider-Man was never my character, and that's why I don't avidly review Spider-Man books on this channel. If you want the honest to God reason, that's why. If there comes a time where I have more subscribers and I'm able to do more comics, sure, I'll review a Spider-Man book, but that's where it stands right now. So the stuff with Curt talking to Ted, it's just kind of like, you know, this is my penance for the mistakes I've made. And it's kind of interesting. At the same time, it's not too over the top or dramatic, but because of like the attack happening outwards in the room where Captain America is trying to like save Curt from being like consumed by the Man-Thing flesh, he starts to lizard out and he bursts from that reality and comes into the main one as the Lizard. And it's really cool. Spider-Man crashes through the roof and they're just trying to figure out how they're going to do this. And basically, you know, it's just becoming a nice fight scene with Cap, Lizard, and Spidey. They're fighting through some weird spores like these flying creatures. And basically, Kurt's like, you have to be the one to talk to him, Peter. Well, he doesn't call him Peter, but he's talking to Spidey. Like, you have to be the one to save Ted because you are the only person who's got, like, the potential to do it. And basically, the idea is, because you did it for me. Because you made Curt Connors back into Curt Connors. So you are the only person that could potentially get Ted to come out of his funk and have him come to do the right thing. So we cut back. This book is split up into like chapters. So that was the end of chapter 5. We come to chapter 6. Spidey is in the scape talking to Ted. And, we get the great power comes great responsibility speech. Like, everyone's had a bad day. Sometimes you just got to get through it. You think penance is going to help, but it's not. You got to like own your mistakes and come up with them and change them into the better thing. Only you can take responsibility for what you did, and you can't punish that for other people. And, it's just Spidey being the Spidey that we want. And this is what I'm liking. Steve Orlando obviously has a good understanding of every character he's written so far, which is very impressive to see in a book like this. His Spidey acts like Spidey. It's got like the nice amount of jokes. His Captain America acts like Captain America. He's doing something with Ted Sallis I don't think anybody thought they would do. And that's pretty cool to see. I gotta say, that is pretty impressive stuff. So, they get through that, Spidey comes back into reality, and they see that the Man-Thing, like corpse, the kelp-looking stuff, is just kind of maneuvering its way across everything. They don't really know what it's doing, but suddenly it starts to take form, and Curt's like, oh, he's back, and no, it's the Man-Thing. The Man-Thing has returned, and he just walks out of the room, and he's like absorbing all of the power of everything else around them, so he's taking it all back to figure out how to do this himself. And it's like maybe Silas finally gained control of the Man-Thing to do the right thing. We'll have to see what's going on there. But basically, we saw Curt say, earlier he said he made a deal with the devil just to figure everything out. You make a deal with the devil, sometimes you get your comeuppance. So I wonder what's going to happen next. Could this be a Mephisto thing? No, it's not. So Man-Thing just emerges in his old offices. He carves a pentagram into his chest. He takes out a weird ball of something, makes a circle, tries to summon a demon, and it's pretty cool. It's intercut with footage of the old version of Ted Sallis doing this, and then we see that the Man-Thing is doing this, and he's trying to summon the devil, and of course the devil does come knocking, and we see that it is Magic. Looking great. I love that she's been wearing this costume consistently for years. It's like the best costume she's ever had. It's pretty sick. So, the devil that appears is Magic. That's kind of interesting. I wonder if that's who he was trying to summon. But that's pretty fun stuff. It's nice that this book ends with Man-Thing doing a Man-Thing thing. I like that. It's really fun. This book was just perfect. It got Spider-Man right. It got Curt Connors right. It got Captain America right. And it made Man-Thing a very likable character. It made Ted Sallis both the victim and the perpetrator of his own mistakes. It's like, you did them, you asked for help, and this is what happened. The mistakes you made, only you can rectify them, so you have to be the person to do the right thing. And because of that, he's now with the devil herself, and she's never looked better. And it's a pretty fun book. If you like Man-Thing, it's probably going to be one of the only Man-Thing stories we get ever. When are we going to get another one? We're celebrating 50 years of Man-Thing. Do you think we're going to be coming back to this well anytime soon? Unless he appears in a movie, we are not seeing another Man-Thing book for a while. That's a shame, isn't it? He's a cool character. I think so. I like him more, just a little bit more than Swamp Thing. Just because I like the weird tentacles on his face. I like it all, actually. Fun book, honestly. So, The Amazing Spider-Man, Curse of the Man-Thing, I am going to give a 7 out of 10. Now, thank you guys for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, Patreon, Twitter, all that good stuff, and I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.